Well, Harry, it seems bizarre to have met you in the corridor here at the training ground when, 2-3 days ago I was watching you up against Messi. How was the whole World Cup experience for you?
Yeah, it was phenomenal, mate. Just a little bit surreal, to be fair, I think. Obviously, growing up, playing football, it was a dream to play at a World Cup, and it was the pinnacle, I think, of a lot of people's careers. So, yeah, to do that was amazing. I don't think it's quite sunk in yet. What we were, managed to achieve as a group and as a squad. Yeah, some of the results obviously ended in a disappointing way. But I think we've got to be proud of ourselves and how far we got.
Let's just rewind right back to the start of the group stage. And how did you feel going into it on the back of one first-team appearance in 12 months and a handful of under-21 games? Did you feel ready? Were you living on sort of adrenaline?
Yeah, I mean, I mentally I felt ready. Obviously, with only one senior game to my name in a year, wasn't ideal, but in my head I felt I was confident, I was ready. And obviously, coming up against the world champions, it was a really tough test. I think we started the game really well, obviously 1-0 up, and then that kind of ignited a switch with them, and they kind of turned it on a little bit. So, in the end, it was a disappointing result, but like we said as a group, it was probably the best, friendly that we could ever have. Was the opening game against France. We made a few mistakes that game, and we learned from the mistakes, and we put them right the next two games, which we knew going into we'd have to at least win one of them games and draw the other to get through. But luckily not luckily, it was well done from us that we won the next two games.
What was the expectation then? What was the hope for the nation at the start?
I mean, from our point of view, from a squad's point of view, it was to be the best Socceroo team ever, and now that meant getting through the group stage. I think from a fan point of view and a nation point of view, I don't think expectations were too high within the squad. For reasons I probably couldn't tell you, but I just don't think that people would have looked at that group and said, yeah, Australia are going to get through with 6 points, just missing out on the top spot for a goal difference. So, yeah, listen, it was a great achievement. It's just one that I'm really, really proud of, and one that I'll probably look back in years to come and appreciate it a lot more than I probably do now at the time.
Just give us an idea of what it's like to be a player at a World Cup. Is it life inside a bubble? I suppose with social media, you know more of what's going on outside of the team environment, but is it life in a bubble, do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very different from probably what it used to be 15, 20 years ago, with social media obviously being the big one. You're only a kind of FaceTime away from your family, or text message away from friends or stuff. I think that you're very aware of the outside noise. As much as you try and kind of neglect it or not let it in, you're very aware of it. But I think that credit to the lads that we really stayed, focused after the kind of first game. So I think it would be easy after the first game to go, it's a loss and they're not going to do well. But I think the mindset and the culture of the group that we had was just fantastic, in the way that we went out there against Tunisia with being, obviously with the crowd as well, kind of outnumbered at probably 80-20%. Probably like an away game, both games. But credit to our fans, to be fair, they made a lot of noise, and after the games, it was just a fantastic feeling to see all them, and obviously your family and stuff in the crowd. It was just a great experience.
And how good were Argentina in the last 16 games?
Yeah, listen, they're a world-class team. With obviously the best player that's ever played the game. So we knew it was going to be an incredibly difficult task, but we were confident that we could get a result. Obviously we all had to play to our absolute best, and maybe hope they had a little bit of an off day. And I think that, again, going 2-0 down, it'd been easiest for us to down 2-0 and say, we've got no chance. But we pushed them right to the end. We got a goal, and we brought it to a last kick of the game, really, with a one-on-one chance, and the keeper pulls off an unbelievable save for them. And I think you see from their celebrations that how well we did and how close we took it.
How long does it take to go from the disappointment of, we're out, it's all over, to a sense of pride and you can then enjoy what you've achieved?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I got a lot of text messages and a lot of messages from family and friends after the game saying you've got to be proud of yourself and the team and stuff. But I think it takes a couple of days for it to really sink in, because that feeling after getting beat against Argentina was one of the lowest I've probably been on a football pitch. The reason why was probably, when you look at around it, a lot of the lads, a lot of the older lads, the coaching staff, how much you've all put in together over the last 3.5, 4 years, how close you've bonded. 2 years ago playing in Kuwait, getting during COVID times, because we were not allowed back in Australia, not allowed at your hotel room for a month, going away to these places with the same people and bonding. The camaraderie that we had as a squad, the culture, to see them upset and disappointed and gutted, and knowing that we were so close to making history, was a hard one to take.
You'll have that camaraderie though for the rest of your life, not only the rest of your playing career. That camaraderie will be there. You've achieved something special as a group.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the big things I think that people picked up on from the squad was the culture that we had together, and how the boss kind of set the tone from 3.5, 4 years ago when he took the job. I think everyone is bought right into that, and I think that was a massive reason why we were successful in the qualification stage and the actual World Cup as well.
And of course, personally for you, you lost your brother earlier this year. How much were you thinking about him when you going into games?
Yeah, listen, we always used to speak about the World Cup and obviously playing for Australia. So, before every game, my dad would give me a little text and just mention his name. And I remember before the Denmark game, he just texted me saying Aaron would require a win today. So yeah, after the games, obviously seeing the family in the stand and with the tattoo I've got on my arm, it was an emotional one anyway. Back
to earth now. Cardiff on Saturday.
Yeah, listen, that's it. That's football in a nutshell. Do you know what I mean? I flew in yesterday. I don't have any injuries. I'm fully fit, ready to go. And yeah, my focus has got to be on Cardiff and getting 3 points on Saturday. Simple as that.
Your World Cup has almost been your pre-season, in a way.
Yeah, I think people would say that. Yeah, obviously it's helped me with getting a little bit fitter. But I mean, I still think I'll be. I don't think it'll be back to full fitness until 10, 15 games. You know what I mean? So it'll take its time. But yeah, like I said, I'm just ready to go.
Well, on behalf of everybody connected with this club, you've done the club proud, you've done your family proud, and it was great to watch, and welcome back.
Well, thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate it.